This video is sponsored by RKTF University, Radisson Blu.
Good morning, I'm Vidusha Garwal and you're watching News Flash. Today is the 22nd of July and we have a lineup of crucial stories touching every corner of the globe, from the latest developments in politics to groundbreaking advancements in technology. Amid rising anti-Semitism, Israeli athletes participating in the Paris Olympics have received death threats via email and phone. The threats warned of potential attacks in Paris, referencing the tragic Munich massacre. The Israeli military issued call-up notices to 1,000 ultra-Orthodox community members on Sunday to bolster army ranks. This move could exacerbate tensions between religious and secular Israelis. Azerbaijan is proposing to sign a document with Armenia on the basic principles of a future peace treaty as an interim measure. According to a senior Azerbaijani official, now both the countries have expressed a desire to sign a peace treaty to resolve the conflict over Nagorno-Karabakh. Authorities in the United Arab Emirates ordered an investigation and an expedited trial of Bangladeshi nationals arrested after protesting against their home government across the Gulf country, state media reported. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan announced on Sunday that Turkey is ready to build a naval base in northern Cyprus, if necessary. Now, this statement comes 50 years after Turkish forces invaded the now divided island. If necessary, we can construct a base and naval structures in the north, Erdogan said. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will deliver a landmark speech to the US Congress this week amidst intense pressure to cut a Gaza war ceasefire deal with Hamas. On Wednesday, he will become the first foreign leader to address a joint meeting of the two chambers, 4 times surpassing Britain's Winston Churchill, who addressed Congress 3 times. Malaysia's Coast Guard located and intercepted the Sao Tome and Principe flagged oil tanker Ceres 1 on Sunday following its fiery collision with another vessel off Singapore 2 days prior. The tanker had left the collision site, which caused a fire and injured at least 2 crew members. US President Joe Biden has ended in his re-election campaign and has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as his successor. Following the last month's disastrous debate with Donald Trump, calls had mounted for Biden to drop out of the 2024 US presidential election. A 14-year-old boy from Kerala's Malappuram district died from the Nipah virus on Sunday at Government Medical College Hospital in Kozhikode. Now, initially admitted to a private hospital, he was moved to the government facility after testing positive for the virus on Saturday. The boy was on life support at the time of his death. It is time for a break now. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
इस तरह आरकेटीएफ विश्वविद्यालय राज्य और देश के आधुनिक और उच्च विश्वविद्यालयों में से एक है। आरकेटीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी, ये है आरकेटीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी। आरकेटीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी, a world-class university. Education glorifies nation.
For the second time this week, the Karnataka government has been slammed for its plans for the state's industries. Now, this time it is the state's information technology, the IT sector union, that's slamming the Congress government led by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. In response to last year's communal violence during a religious procession, the Haryana government has suspended internet and bulk SMS services in Nuh ahead of Monday's Braj Mandal Yatra. The 24-hour suspension will begin at 6 p.m. on Sunday. US Vice President Kamala Harris praised President Joe Biden's decision not to seek re-election, calling it a patriotic act. Now, Harris vowed to win the Democratic nomination and defeat Donald Trump, stating, "With this selfless and patriotic act, President Biden is doing what he has done throughout his life of service, now putting the American people and our country above everything else." Minutes after US President Joe Biden announced that he was dropping out of the White House race on Sunday, former President and Republican nominee Donald Trump called Biden the worst president ever. In a conversation with CNN, Trump said, "He is the worst president in the history of our country. He goes down as the single worst president by far in the history of our country." The Chief Executive Officer of digital payment operator PhonePe, Sameer Nigam, offered an unconditional apology on Sunday following calls to uninstall PhonePe over his views on the new Karnataka job quota bill. BJP leader Amit Malviya criticized West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for her "I am not a kafir" remark at TMC's Shaheed Divas rally, accusing her of unabashedly endorsing the abuse against non-Muslims. He further claimed that the ruling TMC in Bengal is hell-bent on destroying the state's social fabric. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Sunday launched a scathing attack on Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray, saying he sits with those who sought clemency for 1993 Mumbai serial blast convict Yaqub Memon. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching Rhythm.